Hello everyone, Anthony here. So it's finally here. Some of you guys that have been around my channel for a while remember me talking about how much I wanted a blue-faced watch. I've been wearing this SARB 035 since 2015. You can see it's not as shiny as it used to be. Let me clean it off a little bit. Well, this is going to be about as clean as it's going to get. But I bought this watch in 2015. And it's definitely seen its use. I've worn it pretty much every day since I got it in 2000. Why do I keep saying 2015 so much? But yeah, and you can see on this strap how worn away the strap is right here from me taking it on and off. That's where my finger rubs when I take it on and off. But yeah, I don't know what it was about me. I just really wanted a blue-faced watch, and I ended up getting this. I don't remember how long ago. Many months ago, in 2021, I got this, an Orient Sea King, which is just the weirdest looking watch ever. And it's not really, this one's not really blue. It has more of a purple face dial on it. I just bought it because it was interesting and weird, and I wanted a new watch. I was getting bored of wearing the SARB for so long. So this, interesting about this watch. So these colors here, it's a dive watch. So the deeper that you go into water, apparently say like, I don't know the exact numbers, but say you go down like 500 feet, the color yellow disappears for some reason. Then if you go down like 750 feet, the color green disappears. So these colors will disappear the deeper you go down. So that's why these colors exist on this watch. But this watch, it's definitely a bigger watch, you know, but it's not uncomfortable to wear. The reason I don't like it, and I don't even mind wear like all these colors, even though I don't really like the color purple, I don't mind wearing all these colors. The main reason I don't wear it, and this is a new old stock watch, so they don't make these anymore. Apparently it was made in like the 70s, 80s, something like that. I got it on eBay as a new old stock watch that was like brand new and never used. It comes with a bracelet. I put this like fake Rolex Oyster Flex on this watch, which doesn't even fit correctly at all. Anyway, the reason I don't wear this watch, so one, the counterweight on it is very loud and noisy, and you can feel the counterweight moving around on your wrist. So it's a little bit uncomfortable to wear, having like the weight adjust. Next, it's not an automatic watch, or it's not a winding watch. So the only way to, I'm like, oh, I don't want to make a video about this watch. The video is supposed to be about my new watch, but the only way to wind it is to shake it. So you can't just wind it whenever. Next, it doesn't keep good time at all, I guess because it's so old or whatever. So that's this watch and why I don't wear it. Next, I wanted, the video that I was talking about, I wanted the Rolex Datejust, either the 41 or the 36-inch version. I'll put a picture right here for you guys. So blue face with the diamond indices. But I think ultimately, I wouldn't have been happy with the Rolex because it only comes in a 41 or a 36-inch size. This is a 39.5. My SARB 035 is a 38. And I would think that the 41 would be too large on me, the 41 Datejust would be too large on me, and the 36-inch would be too small for me. And also, Rolexes are really boring watches. Like, they're not interesting at all, to be honest. And I don't think they're good stores of value either. Basically, I'm not going to go into too much detail about Rolexes and my thoughts on them, but basically it's only special Rolexes that end up being worth money, ones that have been used in movies or have like a weird color scheme that aren't produced for very long, stuff like that. The Datejust that I wanted is just your run-of-the-mill, everyone can get them Datejust. It wasn't really anything special. I would have had to become famous if the watch was gonna go up in value, and chances of me becoming famous, very slim, very slim. And also with Rolexes, like, yeah, if you just look on the used market, a majority of ones that I've seen, like older Rolexes, they're not worth more than what people paid for them. So I just don't get it. I don't see, as a store of value or investment wise, I don't see owning a Rolex. It's just an expensive watch. And say that it does go up in value, say that it goes up like 2% in a couple years. Well, you can just buy, say, 10 of these for $10,000 that'll go up 2%, or a Rolex for one Rolex for $10,000 that'll go up 2%. So it seems to me like the watches that do go up in value generally go up in value at the same rate. So it doesn't really matter what watch you buy as long as you're happy with it or whatever. But say that you have 10 of these, well, 10 cheaper watches that go up in value, you can only say you need money to pay your car insurance or something. Well, you can sell like one or two of these and still have another 8 grand of watches in investment to hold on to. Meanwhile, if you have one $10,000 Rolex, well, then you have to sell your only Rolex. And that means that you no longer have an investment in that Rolex. And I'm just using Rolex as an example, but any investment, I find it's better to buy more cheaper items than less more expensive items, which is going to be a good point in this video, which I'll show you guys at the very end. So watch to the very end because there'll be a surprise about that. But to continue on about like investment watches, a lot of people, I don't know why I'm saying a lot of people, the SARB 035, the SARB 033, which is the black dial version of this, and the SARB 017, which is the green and gold version of this, which is very weird. They all went up in value, and the SARB 017, I'll put a picture of that right down here for you guys. The SARB 017 was reissued, and there were more different ones, because back in 2015, back when these watches were released, the SARB 017 was the only, it's called the alpinist, like you take it in the Alpines, Alpina mountain things. It was the only watch like this in the lineup. So you can only get, it's green face with gold, and it has this like compass around it. That watch went on to have a couple different faced ones, a couple different dials. So there's the SPB, or is it the SARB 089 or SPB 089, which is a dark blue navy color like this. It doesn't have the Cyclops on it right here. Let's not go in. I'm going way down the rabbit hole here that I'm starting to lose my train of thought. Anyway, the SARB 017, the green version of this, went on to have more iterations of it. I think there's currently 4 versions for sale now. I'm not sure if they're available all around the world. This is only available in Europe. So I had to get it imported here from someone from Italy sent it to me. So there's many different versions of this. This SARB 035 though, this was discontinued. There's no other watches like this being made. So I don't know, this one might still go up in value. I paid, I want to say $320 to $350. I don't have my receipt for it, but it wasn't that much. And this one, being in the used condition that it is, I see them selling for $450 on eBay. Now, the bracelet I have for mine is completely perfect, the original bracelet, because I never used it. But brand new ones of these watches, I see them going for $950 to $1,000 on eBay, if not more. Anyway, these watches went up in value. So I think what happened was Seiko, so this watch is more expensive. I paid $1,000 for this watch to have it imported here, brand new. It's $750 around there, $725, $775 around there. And I paid $1,000 because you can't get them in the United States. And extra shipping costs and importing duties and all that stuff drives up the price on it. And also the rarity and whatever. I'm not going to talk about the SPB199 in this video. You watch guys know about that watch. So I think Seiko smartened up and was like, wow, we're selling our watches, because the Alpinist was only, was around the same price, I think $300 to $400. The green Alpinist was $300 to $400 back then. and now it sells for like maybe 650 brand new, maybe a little bit higher. I think Seiko was like, all right, we're selling our watches for way too little. We need to raise our prices. So I think that's why this one is now $775 instead of like $400. But it also gets a Cyclops and a bracelet now, which the SARB 017 only had the leather strap. But yeah, you know, that's kind of what influenced my thinking, is that, well, the SARB 017 and the SARB 035 and the SARB 033 went up in value in the last 5 years, like doubled in value for a brand new one. I'm like, well, this is a rare watch. It's not released in America. There was the SPB197, which was released with two different straps as a limited edition. The exact same watch, just with different straps. And then like a couple months later, they released this watch. People got mad about that. You can look that up somewhere else. I'm not going to get into that. But that's why I think this watch will go up in value, because we have the history of the SARB 033, SARB 035, and SARB 017 going up in value. Now, maybe I'm wrong. And like I said, maybe Seiko wisened up and was like, oh, we're selling our watches for way under market value because people are buying them and selling them for twice as much as eBay. So we'll just raise our prices to be more in line of like free market value or whatever. So that might mean that this one won't go up that much in value in the coming years, because maybe it's already priced appropriately for the market. And maybe there's already watches similar to this on the market that you can get for the same price or cheaper. So I'm not saying it definitely will be a good investment. I just think it will be. And I put my money where my mouth is, because not only do I have one SPB197, I have two of them. Check that out. And this one's brand new, still has the wrappers, tags, box on it, everything like that. So you guys will notice, maybe your keen eyes have noticed it already. This watch is actually modified. And I have the original parts for it. I can revert it back to stock if I want. But this one has the Seiko S crown modified onto it. Regular from the factory, it just has a plain crown. Let me adjust to give you a closer look. And additionally, we have, so you can see the signed crown on my modified one. Additionally, it comes with a display case back. And my modified one has a regular case back from the SARB 035. So this makes it just a little tiny bit thinner. Some people say 1 millimeter thinner. I haven't measured it and I don't own calipers. But yeah, I have a brand new SPB197 that will stay in its original box in the bubble wrapping with all the wrappers on it, never worn. Because I looked at my watch, I'm like, man, if I never wore my SARB 035 and it was in perfect condition, I could get $900 for it. So I lost out on making money with that. Granted, I could have just invested in cryptocurrency or whatever and made even more money, but that's what we got. Last thing I want to say, these dials, people say that they're, because I guess Seiko described it this way, of these dials being kind of green. They're 100% blues and grays. There's no green in these dials at all. One other thing that I wanted to mention, I was gonna do a power reserve comparison, because this has the 6R15 movement, which has a 50-hour power reserve. And for you guys like new, or for my regular viewers that don't know much about watches, power reserve is how long the watch will keep going until you have to wind it again. So you can wind it and it'll last 50 hours until it needs to be wound again. These ones, the 6R35 movement, bumps it up to 70-hour power reserve. I have these watches. I was going to test it and do an actual real world test and compare the two. But this watch being 6 years old now, I have a feeling it's not going to compete at all with two brand new watches. So I'm not going to do that test. So the other thing, with the, I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. I don't know if it's a SARB089 or the SPB089. Again, picture right here of it. It has the navy blue dial. I don't think it's gonna be a collectible because it has the older 6R15 movement. More people are gonna wanna go to these watches with the 70-hour power reserve of the 6R35. The Cyclops also, so the 089 watch doesn't have the Cyclops. I find that this is a very useful feature on the watch. Like, I always have to struggle with this watch to read the date on it because it's so small. Well, the SARB017 and the 089 watch don't have the Cyclops. So I've been using it. I've been enjoying the Cyclops very much. It does distort the date sometimes to make it not so easy to read. Like today is the 11th, I think, and sometimes it can be hard to read if it's not in the right angle. So it's not a 100% perfect solution, but more often than not, it's a great solution. Another thing about the 089 watch, why I don't think it's going to be as collectible, is a dark blue color. I'd rather have these lighter blue colors because they go with anything. They look good on all straps. Maybe the dark blue might too. I don't have personal experience with that, but I just don't. The dark blue, it's not an interesting color. It's just your boring old navy color pretty much. This is actually a unique, very unique color. So that's why I prefer this over the 089. But that's it for this video. There will be a video in the future of trying on a ton of different straps for this watch. I really like these silicone rubber ones. They're only like $10 or something from Amazon. So we'll try one of those on it. The bracelet's nice, but it's a little bit heavy. I'm not used to wearing bracelets, I guess. It's really not super heavy, but I don't know. I'm just not used to it. I really do want to wear the bracelet all the time though, because this is going to be my everyday watch. And I think it would be nice to see how this watch wears down over time as it wears out and whatever. I think it would be nice to see all that. So I may stick with that. But anyway, I have all the straps here. It's going to be in a separate video. I probably have like 10 of them or something. Brown straps, black straps, canvas straps, Perlon straps, grays, and I have an olive green one as well. So look out for that video. It'll be in the cards. But all right, this video is done. I've got everything out that I wanted to say. So take care, guys. Thanks for was there oh, I thought this was a reflection. I'm looking in my camera viewfinder. That's it. Take care, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully this video gets a ton of views. Take care. And I'm happy to show you guys a watch that there's not that many videos on, to be honest. And maybe that's because this is still too new of a watch. It only came out a couple months ago. All right, take care. That's enough of me talking. Thank you and goodbye.